Welcome back to Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I want to show you how to do a cheap or fairly inexpensive but very attractive trim around a door. This is a beaded trim, and so I'm going to show you the steps of this process. Okay, a couple things before we get started here. First thing I did is I cut some 6mm poly, put it down because I'm going to paint everything, all the trims. And if you have your poly in underneath it and set it down against it, the 6mm is thick enough to pull it back out so it won't tear easily, but it'll also give you a really good way to not have to cut in. So step one is to cut the side trims. So I've just done a simple 3 1/4 side trim, 3/4 of an inch. This is my own stock. Cleaned up the edges. Using a small little 1/4 of an inch piece of wood, I use that for my reveal. Okay, the next step is I'm going to put the side bead on. So that's just a straightforward first step. You'll also notice I cut these so they are right 1/4 of an inch, or whatever the thickness of this is, just above that header. I'll show you why that's important in a minute. And I have pre-painted these, so they're not going to need to be cut in. Best edge out. Okay, that's the first two steps. Now, I did a couple different things here. Normally I only use like a small 2-inch brad, and come in the sides here, and then I just fill those nail heads, and that does a nice clean job. But as you can see, I couldn't get, obviously I can't brad nail through it, so I had to get some 2.5 inch and nail straight through the sheetrock. Now that's going to be caulked along here, so that'll help connect that. But those are the first 2 steps. With the flat edge is on, as you can see, and then this. And so my next step is to make, okay, let's do the last couple steps. Now, this piece here is just a 5/8 of an inch. I've ripped it down. It's just a regular piece of pine. Ripped it down and rounded it over on each end. I made it the length between these 2 pieces, and I added 1 inch. And the reason for that, so that when that steps on, I've got a 1/2 inch reveal on each side. Now, there's a couple ways of doing this. But what I like to do is just tap this into place. So I've got it here, right like that. Once that's in place, the next step, sorry, I missed a step here. I get going and I meant to put plastic in here. Let's see if I can still get this slid in. I guess I got it there. Now this is just a 1x6 board. It's about 1 3/4, or sorry, 13/16 of an inch thick. But it's the same length as between these 2 beaded pieces. So it's going to set back in a 1/2 inch from that side as well. So roughly what you have is this edge lining up with this edge. There, so now what I normally do at this point, and this is where the reveal should be consistent, so check it with my little gauge and that's good, but you could always shim on top of this between it, because I'm going to caulk it anyway, but this is actually on. Now, the last thing, this is the mirror image of the 5/8 piece, only this is about 13/16 of an inch, so it just gives it a little bit of a different look. And it's just rounded on each edge with a little quarter round. And it's going to stick out by the same amount as this here. bit of an issue there, as you can see. Normally I would use 2-inch in my larger gun. The gauge is a little stronger than those little brads. They didn't quite set. So there it is. Of course, you just repeat it on the other side. But I will fill all my nail heads, and I'll show you what I use for that. And then after the first coat of paint, I'll caulk down along these edges. I usually caulk here, I caulk in here, and up along these edges here and down in there, and that just pulls everything together. But that will give you a nice looking door. You don't have to deal with miters. 45s, they're the hardest things to deal with, and this actually looks more classic. And I've got 9'6" ceilings, so that top lintel there does not, it's not too cumbersome. Now on an 8-foot ceiling, you may want to drop that down to a 5-inch, but I think the balance is pretty good right there at a 6-inch. And so the next thing that we got to do is we're going to fill those nail heads. Obviously out here, because this is a second phase project, this will be done later. But on the inside of this room, we're going to have everything finished. And so I'm going to fill the nail heads. This is what I use. And it seems to work very well. I just use Minwax wood filler, it's stainable and everything. Dries very quickly. And I found that it works very well, interior and exterior. And so I will, as I finish up a door, I will fill everything and then focus in here, fill everything and then move on. So I'll be back when we get the nails filled and everything caulked. Well, that is what the doors look like painted. After I got all the coats, put 3 coats on there, used a cigar roller style, just a foam roller. It did a really nice job on the doors. And kind of see zeros in here. I figured out how to seal the knots, or at least they seem to be working. I used a bin shellac, I think it's bin. This stuff here does the job. I put a coat on, kind of see that as well. I put a coat on before I start painting, and that way I can see where all the knots and the sap pockets are. And then I start painting and it seals everything. So I am glad I went ahead and painted, didn't stain it, because the stain was not going to look very good. I tried on a piece and it was just a mess. So here's the trim. So that is the process. So I'm going to finish this video. Appreciate you joining me. If you would, please like and subscribe. We're looking for some other videos. I've got another couple coming here with the laundry room. So until then, as always, you have a great day.